What's up, guys? Pokepasoda here, and today we're going to talk about something that I spend a lot of time on. I gotta scoot my chair up a little bit more. I sell on TCGplayer all the time. So, this video is going to be about how do you sell on TCGplayer, some of the pros and cons of it, some of the things I've learned through selling on TCGplayer for over a couple of years now, and we'll kind of go through some of the sales I make and the type of sales I do. So, if you like that kind of stuff, remember, guys, like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you have questions about selling on TCGplayer because I will go through a lot of the pros and the cons with it. I'm going to try to keep this video at 15 minutes. There's a Walmart drop coming tonight, but because I just don't want to bore you guys to death. So, thanks a bunch for stopping by. Now, guys, here is my TCG seller profile. I'm a level 4. I got 2,700 items listed right now. I typically try to stay between 3,000 and 4,000 items. Now, level 4 does not take long to get to. You can definitely do it. You can also, once you get to level 4, sell internationally. I don't mess with that because the postage and stuff like that can be kind of monotonous, a little bit tough to do, and it's a monstrosity, to be honest with you. Now, if you look at this, I got my ratings right here. These ratings mean everything to you. These are your lifeblood, lifeline on TCGplayer. And you'll see I got a negative one. We're going to talk about that and what you do to deal with negative reviews. Now, you'll see after the whole thing, the orders I've had in my lifetime. Okay, I've had 5,500 orders. Okay, that's orders, not cards sold. Now, those orders probably entail, I'd say on average, about 5 cards along the line. Okay, I've had orders over 100 cards. I've had orders that are 1 card. So I probably sold anywhere from 25 to 30,000 cards on TCGplayer. Okay, packaged a lot of envelopes. It can be tedious work, but there can be a lot of profit to be made there. Now let's just jump right into it. Okay, how much do you make on this? Well, let's check out what I've done the first quarter. Okay, so we look at TCGplayer. They have a couple things on here. This is your payment history. There's nothing on here that's giving away anything. It's no secrets. If you see I made some money, sure, ask me for lunch or something like that. I might buy it for you. You're going to see on the first column right here, payment initiated on estimated arrival date. That's when it goes into your bank account. I had 108 orders, $521, $101 in seller's fees. That is around 20 to 22%. I will touch base on that a little bit more, how seller fees work with this. Now, I'm going to net $419 and some change on here, okay? So I have not been paid technically $926. Now, if you want to see how much you've been paid through the first quarter or whatever, what I do is I go and click over here. So it lists 500 of them, okay, if you had a lot of orders. Then I go down to where it's my January, okay? And I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to pull that all the way up until I get to pretty much the 1st of April. I'm going to control C it. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to put it in here and basically tell ChatGTP, let's see, tell me the amounts of each of these columns and give me a projection for my yearly earnings if I stay at this selling rate. Okay, then I just paste it in there. Now, ChatGTP is going to do a good job. They're going to give me a layout and stuff for this. Now, ChatGTP is amazing with this stuff. It can aggregate these results really fast. So when we go through there, it's going to talk January 1st, April 1st. I sold 1,787 items. That's items, orders, packaged. Okay? That's not each individual one. My gross sales, I had $9,000 about. Then I had about $1,600 in fees, shipping costs, everything like that. So total additional cost $525. That includes stamps and everything like that. Net profit about $6,600. Not too bad. Okay, so that's a 90-day time period, 3 months. So my projection is about $26,550 for the year. Okay, now some things they'll do the real talk with you. I tell you to do this on anything with ChatGTP. It does a great job. What's good? What's hurting you? Now, fees and shipping is about 23 to 25% of my revenue. There's nothing I can do to stop that unless I do the Pro Seller Plus on TCGplayer. Okay, if I were to do that, my fees go down, but it basically they ship cards out that they have in stock. You have to supply or supplement the cards they shipped out, so you send those to them. Okay, it costs money to be in there, but you're saving on the fees and stuff like that. It would, for me, it would not justify. So I just sell regular on TCGplayer. Now with TCGplayer, they take 15% of your sale. Okay, so let's take a look at a sale. All right, so here we go. Let's take this one for instance. My product amount I sold a 7 cent card. Okay. I specialize in a lot of 1 to 5 cent cards. I know it's going to be crazy, but bear with me. I will explain to you. Now, I sold a 7 cent card. Shipping amount's $1.31. That is the shipping amount that's standard for most people they put on there. You can be anywhere. You can do it so $5 and over orders have free shipping. I typically do $1.31 shipping. Okay. Order amount's $1.38. Now you're going to see the fee amount on here is 47 cents. Okay. And you're thinking, well, that's not 15%. I mean, that's approaching like 35%. Well, every sale you make on TCGplayer, they basically take out 30 cents right off the top. Then they take their 15%. That's where the 47 cents go. So then you're left with 91 cents. And you're probably thinking, well, 91 cents, not bad. I sold a 7 cent card. Like, I get 91 cents. No, not really. Okay. Now you have a few things you got to worry about. You got a stamp. That's 75 cents. Take that out of there. You're at 16 cents now. A lot of profits gone. Envelope, 5 cents. Takes you down to 11 cents. Penny sleeve, 1 penny. Take it down to 10 cents. Team bag, 5 cents. Takes you down to 5 cents. We're not even going to include the paper, the printing, the gas, and time it takes to pull the card and ship it. Okay. So the profit margins are slim, very slim when you're selling low end, common and uncommon cards. Hollows, reverse hollows, whatever it may be, very slim profit margins. Okay. Now the problem is though, is that when you do on TCGplayer, you have this feedback. Okay. So when you go on the feedback up here, it tells you these are the number of feedbacks I've had in 30 days. There's what they have. Now you'll see the negative ones. I got one right here. Just the other day, I got one from someone. Okay. Now the way they did it isn't the way I would do it. Okay. Basically, they left a feedback, said like, "Hey, I want a refund. Poor shipping. Okay, got damage in shipping. A couple things. For one, I can't control the shipping method. If USPS destroys a card, there's nothing I could have done. I could have packaged stuff, maybe different, but then I'm losing out on any profit. So, for instance, this sale right here is the one we just looked at. Right now, I'm at 5 cents at most for profit. If I put a top loader in there, 7 to 15 cents, I'm going to be down anywhere from 5 to 10 cents sending that card out without dealing with going to the post office, taking the time to do that, printing the stuff off. Okay. So, what I would have done if I was this guy or girl, I would have said, "Hey, card arrived damaged. Can I get a refund?" And I would have been like, "Yep, no problem." Doop, 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 doop. Gave a refund. No issues at all. Instead, they did the wrong thing. They left a review, then they asked for a refund. Okay. So I said, no problem. If you could change your review because I'm willing to help you out by giving you a refund because the card was damaged and I apologize for the card being damaged, then I was like, that's no problem. If you could change the refund, I'm like, I can't hold you to changing the refund, but I go, if you could just tell me you think about it, that'd be great. Wasn't having it. And so I said, no problem. I will send you a self-addressed stamped envelope. You can send the card back to me. Okay. And the person then's like, why would I even do that for a 7 cent card? It's not that big of a deal. Which was my whole point. Like, yes, if it got damaged during shipping, no problem. All you had to do is just be like, hey, 7 cent card, is there any chance like I can get a refund? I would have done it in a heartbeat. No problem at all. And I've done it. If you go back to the payment methods on this, you're going to see the refund column. Refund right there. Refund, 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 refund. And I'm telling you, these are shipping out 200 orders, 125 orders. You give refunds all the time, guys. There's no way you can ship this many orders. Okay. Your total orders, I mean, I've shipped in 3 months. Like, how many orders was it in 3 months? It was 1,700 orders. If I have 1% of those that say, hey, I need a refund, I mean, you're looking at, for every 1% of 100 is one of them. So you have 10 in 1,000. And then in 2,000, you're going to have 20 of them. Okay. I would say you probably have an issue with USPS more than 1% of the time. Think about how many times you've had trouble with your mail. Okay. So that's one thing with TCGplayer, guys. You cannot sit there and dispute these people. Okay. If they leave feedback, you can't sit there and comment back to them and be like, hey, this sucks. Now, another instance here. This person, cards were only put in penny sleeves and an envelope, no other protection. Surprisingly, they arrived undamaged. Considering the distance traveled, it's more luck than anything, only 4 stars. They ordered 2 reverse hollows. I put them back to back in there is what I do. So if you have hollows or reverse hollow cards, you're going to ship these out and they're low end ones. I got a couple Lorcana ones right here. What I do is I put them back to back. All right, I use a penny sleeve, stick them in there. Then you have a hollow card on each side. That's the way to do it. You might be thinking, well, can't you penny sleeve everything? No, there's no profit margin to do that. Okay. Now, let's say someone orders like 14 cards, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. They ordered 14 cards. These are all trainers from Perfect Order, actually. Okay. They got 14 cards. What I do is I take a penny sleeve, I put them in there, and you're like, wow, you cram all 14 cards in there in the penny sleeve. It works pretty flawless. And it keeps them so they're close and tight together so they don't move around. Then I take a team bag, okay? Team bag's right here. I plop them in there. You can either put them in there horizontal. If you put them in horizontal, they fit in there real snug, okay? Then you take this off, and you basically wrap this around. You put it in there. They're perfectly in there. Now, what you do is you take the packaging slip, okay? It's just one of them right here. I'm going to fold it a third over, and I take this, put it in there, and I just roll it up, okay? Stick this in the envelope. That's about 14 cards right there shipped, okay? So if those were 14 cards at a penny each, that's 14 cents on top of the $1.31. That's going to be $1.45. So that means after it's all said and done, I'm probably going to make about 10 to 15 cents profit, okay? Now, again, why do I do this? Well, I have so much bulk that I can make money and profit off doing it. Does it take time? Yeah, it takes time. But can I make it worthwhile? I do. I make it worthwhile. I sit down here and I watch movies and stuff on my computer, or I'll talk to someone on the phone and I'll sit here and just go through cards. So you can do it. You can make it worthwhile. You can make a living out of it. As you just seen when I ran the Chat GTP numbers, I could make up to about $25,000 to $26,000 this year by just doing this. Okay, so definitely a good thing to do it. Now, the downfalls with TCGplayer is that when you ship stuff, there's no tracking. The only time you track orders is when it's $50 or more. It's recommended $20 or more, but $50 or more, you have to actually insert tracking. Okay, now inventory is nothing crazy. When you go in here and start uploading stuff in inventory, it's pretty seamless process, and the app actually works really good. You can just scan the cards and plop them right into your inventory. I do most of the stuff from the PC because it's easier for me to sort. App works really good though. But if you are looking to sell on TCGplayer, some things you need to remember. Don't start off slow, start off fast. Okay? List 100 cards, list 1,000 cards. Get those in your inventory. The more cards you have in your inventory, the more people are going to start to buy your product. Okay. Now, the one thing that you're going to come across is you're going to have someone do an order of like 800 cards, 1,200 cards, 2,200 cards. I've had all those orders. Okay. I physically can't do them. I lose almost all of my inventory. I make zero profit off of it. And all that person's doing typically is buying cards that are cheap, hoping the person on TCGplayer will sell them, and then they will sell them in their store or they'll sell them locally. Okay. I don't fall for it anymore. I did it a couple times, and then I seen that exact same person listing the same cards they just bought from me on their TCGplayer account, so I stay away from it. Okay. So if someone orders over 100 cards, there's times where I'll be like, hey, I just can't fill this order. And I'll say, is it okay if we cancel it? Most of the time, I would say 9 out of 10, they're like, yeah, no problem. I haven't been able to find anybody that fills orders this big. Totally get it. You'll have people every now and then, though, be like, this is BS. You know, you should fill the order if you have the cards listed. It's not my fault you have the cards listed so cheap. Then I would always reply and say, well, why are you buying the cards from me? And they say, well, because they're cheap. And I'm like, well, you can't be upset at me because I don't want to lose profit. But then again, you're only buying from me because they're cheap. So you can't have, the ice cream and the cone both together. You can't have the pie and the cake, or you can't have the cake and eat it too. But I'm trying to think of a different one. I couldn't come up with one. You can't have the pika and the chew. Okay, that's gonna slay. But TCGplayer, the problem with it is that you can't leave feedback to people that are just kind of crappy customers. Okay. The other one is that typically when you get an order in, you have 2 days to print it off. Now weekends don't count. So if someone orders something on Friday, typically you have till Tuesday to print it off. If you don't do this, TCGplayer will send you an email and say, hey, can you mark this one as shipped and get it sent off? Typically, I get behind though. Okay, I got orders, tons of them. I mean, tons of orders, guys. I bet 50, 60 orders right here just from the last couple of days that are coming through. I got more that are printed off in my thing. The days will be different. So if you have any, somewhat of an inventory and basically you want to try to streamline it, I would definitely say take a day of the week at night or something and package all of your inventory or package all of your orders that day, or do it twice a week depending on how many you get. Okay. I try not to print off more than one time a day for my orders on here, but sometimes I find myself, if I have 3 or 4 orders show up, I'll print them off. I should just take my time and at 9 o'clock at night, every night, do it and let them build up and do it that way. But again, I don't. Now, when you're going to list cards, you can type in the name of whatever character you have there. These are all TCG. There's no sports. You can go through here, and of course, Magic, Pokemon. Those are the top ones, along with Yu-Gi-Oh. They got One Piece on here. They really have about everything. Then you can go through the sets on there. So let's say if I go with Pokemon, and then I want to go to Send to Heroes. So I type in ME. It'll be a Send to Heroes because it's Mega Evolutions. Then I can sort these by the rarities and stuff they have on there as well. Okay. Or I can click and go to my inventory and click search, and it'll show me exactly the cards I have that are in there, how many I have. It doesn't show me the price unless I go on there and click on there. Now, if I were to click on this Roly Coly, for instance, this is the energy symbol one. Right now it's at 5 cents, shipping $1.31. Last sold was 15 cents, $1.50. Okay. Now I have one listed, which I can't see because my head is in the way. But I have one listed there and I have two of them available. And so I can either go to match the last TCG market sale, or I can go to match the lowest price is what I want to do. Okay. So nothing too crazy there. Um, like this Lunatone right here, I have two of them or I have one of them at 2 cents. Lowest price is 1 cent right now. So I could lower mine if I wanted to, but I'll just wait. Not a big deal. Now you see these people right here that have these 15 cents with shipping at $0. What happens there is if this person right here, someone buys it, they're going to have to pay 75 cents with a stamp and all that stuff to ship it for a 15-cent card. They're going to lose a ton of money. Their hope is I'm going to have them buy a bunch of cards from me at an inflated price where shipping won't matter. So these people are begging others to buy their cards in bulk because 15 cents for a 1 cent card, that's what they're paying. So they're paying 15 times the amount. So if you order 100 cards, okay, at 1 penny a piece, that's going to be $1. If you order 100 cards at 15 cents each, that's $15. Then they can cover the shipping and make it worth your while. Okay. Now, TCGplayer, they do a great job. You can manage your list. You can go through feedback. You got orders. You got pricing. The pricing on here can definitely vary. There's different features on here. We can export a CVS file and things like that. These are where the Roku and the Magic Sorter, things like that. You can actually, the computer sorts cards. They're all great things you can do. Okay. But yeah, you guys, TCGplayer, I've enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've done a lot of different things on it. I've made some good money on it. Last year, I didn't make as much. I made $8,000 on it last year. The year before that, though, I sold $12,000 worth. This year, I'm hoping for $25,000 to $30,000 profit and just kind of keep going up from there. So, TCGplayer, if you have questions about it and selling some stuff on there, here's some people I'd tell you to look for. Okay. So they have kitchen table TCG, I believe, is one of them. Yep, right here. Kitchen Table TCG. They got 50,000 subs. These guys do a good job. Really specialize in Magic the Gathering. They do an awesome job, though. And then we got Bull Kings, I believe. Yep, TCG Bull Kings. This guy right here, excellent. 8,000 subscribers. He's commented on some of my videos before, and I've chatted with him. Great dude. Really knows his stuff. So if you have a chance to look at some of these videos, does a good job. He has not had a lot of videos as of late, but he's starting to get better doing some reels and some shorts. Definitely worth checking those guys out. So if you do have any questions, like I said though, let me know. I absolutely love talking to people. So that's what I got for you guys. Remember, like and subscribe. If you got any questions, comments, leave them below, and let me know how your journey on TCGplayer's been, because I'd love to help you out, or I'd love to, pick your brain and ask you for some help. But guys, it's Pokémon here. Remember, like and subscribe, and as always, catch them all.